All right, we're back with you for one last segment. Janae Adams and Nathan Grant are here answering your financial questions. Nathan, this person says, if I pay off my credit cards and don't use them, will my creditors cancel them?
Yeah, so every credit card issuer is going to be different. There's not some blanket thing that all credit cards do. You may see that. The best thing you want to do is just look at your cardholder agreement or call the 1-800 number on the back of your card just to confirm things like that. They're there to answer questions. They usually have great customer service people who can help you answer those questions. It isn't some blanket thing that's going to happen with every card, but it might happen depending on the card you have. Usually if it's like retail store cards and stuff, they're more likely to have that happen.
Okay. Janae, this person says, should I borrow against my 401k to consolidate debt at a lower rate? Does this cost me more in the long run in lost earnings?
Yeah, so it's not even just the lost earnings that you experience, but it's also going to be the taxes you're going to have to pay. Whenever you borrow away from your 401k or 403b, then you're going to get penalized in state taxes as well as federal. So I would advise against it and try another way.
Okay. Nathan, this person says, is there a way to request the amount needed to transfer a balance? For example, the balance of a credit card is $2,000, but you were only approved for $1,500. Is there any way around that?
If you're approved for that credit limit, that's going to be the credit limit you're approved for. But like I mentioned earlier, even moving $1,500 of a $2,000 credit balance to a 0% interest card is going to cut down how much you're spending on interest every month during that period. So it still would be beneficial. You could call and try to negotiate, but it's not likely. Once your terms have been approved, that's pretty much the only thing you can usually have wiggle room on is an interest rate with a credit card. So yeah, I would consider that.
Okay. Janae, this person says, should I use my 403b to pay off my car and my credit card? For those people who don't know what a 403b is.
Yeah, so a 403b is kind of like the 401k for corporate America. So the 403b is for those who are teachers in the government agencies. And just like the last person, that is going to be taxed if you take that money out and use it to pay down a car and so forth. The only way that it wouldn't be taxed is if you're already over 65. If you're not, you're going to pay taxes on it. So you have to really decide on what's the best for you.
Mm-hmm. This is also about the cards. If I pay off my cards and don't use them, oh no, this one says I've had my cards closed by a merchant or my limit lowered because I wasn't using them. Why do they do this?
Yeah, so a relationship between a lender and a borrower with credit cards, it's going to differ for every issuer. Some issuers, that might be in their terms of the contract, is that there is a certain spending threshold, how often you use it. Again, it's one of those things I'm going to say isn't one of those blanket things that you're going to see with every credit card. So you're going to want to ask or read your cardholder agreement to find out if that might be something you have to worry about. But you can always just consider if there's something you can afford to pay in cash, use your credit card and pay it off right away, and that might shut them up for a while.
And definitely when it comes to credit cards and things of that nature, Janae, I'm sure you're going to say pay it off at the end of every month if you can.
Yes, definitely, because you don't want to carry a balance, especially with the interest rates from the Federal Reserve continuing to go up. It's just going to make your debt more expensive.
Yeah, all the things. When the interest rate goes up, that means your credit card API goes up as well. Someone asked, are these financial advisors local? Janae is. She's here in Greensboro. You can find her at DebtSucks University. And Nathan is there in the Northeast, but they're with moneytips.com.
Yep, you can always email me your questions, ngrant@moneytips.com, and I'd be happy to look into stuff that we didn't get to cover on here.
All right. Thank you both for your time and your expertise. We appreciate it. If you missed any of this, you can look for today's Q&A. Just look in the Who Wants to Know section of our webpage.